I'm saying this is 10%, but it's not really the 10%. I mean, I'm giving this amount, but I know I really got paid like this. And I also did overtime this whole week, so I got that extra money. But, you know, I worked hard for that overtime. I should be able to keep it. Who opened up the doors for you to have that overtime? Who was the one that blessed you with that overtime when you needed it? It wasn't you. It was God. Whatever you do for the Lord is supposed to come from your heart. And when it comes from your heart, you don't have motive like they did of putting it in front of everybody. This big wad of money, they drop it in the collection plate to make it sound good, but really, you only gave a certain amount of money, but you know your bank account is busting so much that your bank account needs a bank account. Because that's how much money you got. But you ain't going to tell nobody. Oh no, what are you talking about? Oh, this is what I give. This is good. That's what he says that for. They all gave out of their surplus, but she out of her poverty has put in everything she possessed, all she had to live on. That's why this lesson, the way I started it, is about two things: sincerity and hypocrisy. That's what this lesson is all about, believe it or not. It breaks it down to two words: how sincere you are with God and with yourself, or are you really a hypocrite trying to cover up? Because if you're sincere with God, you don't have no problem working for the Lord. You have no problem getting dirty for the Lord. Your attitude is, I don't care, like the Pharisees, they had the high seat. I humble myself, because it says you got to humble yourself. Those who exalt themselves shall be humble. Those who humble themselves shall be exalted. You humble yourself. Well, let me go clean them bathrooms. Somebody just did something in the bathroom that they blew it up. But you know something? Even though I have a high position in the house of God, I want to go clean that bathroom.
They didn't blow it up, did they?
I'm not going to wait for somebody else to do it. That's true sincerity. Because it should bother you enough for you to say in your house, this is the house of God. If it was my house where I live at, and that happened, you will want it cleaned up. You will clean it up yourself. But because it's the house of God, let somebody else do it. Because my position where I'm at, because of who I am, it don't go like that. You need to be sincere with yourself and do the work of God, because Jesus, he had the most highest seat, the greatest position, and he took the low road. Anybody that knows the history knows that whenever you were crucified, that was for criminals. That was for the lows of the lows. And yet, he was crucified with two criminals. He did not go by himself. That is true sincerity. That is true humility. He humbled himself, that he tried to carry that cross when he couldn't carry it no more. Because he was beaten, because he was bleeding, because he was hurting, because he was hungry, because they didn't feed him. They kept him in a cell. They didn't give him no food or water. And yet when they gave him that cross, he still picked it up and carried it until he couldn't carry it no more. And they had to pull somebody else to carry it for him. And when he was put on that cross and he was crucified, and the Pharisees actually came up to him and said, well, you the Son of God, you just come down. You're so big and bad, you just come on down, show us what you made out of. Instead of him looking at them and cursing at them, the same Pharisees that we were reading about, the same ones, he looked up to the Lord and said, forgive them. When at any time he could have said, Lord, send your host of angels down and just wipe out this whole land. See, he was sincere. See, that's true humility. And when he did that, the Pharisees could not understand it. They looked at him with a shocked face, and they turned around and walked away. They couldn't figure it out. You want to know why they couldn't figure it out? Because even though they knew the word, they did not understand the spirit of the word. Even though they could read the word front and back, they weren't living that word. See, when you're living the word, you get it. When you're just reading the word and saying the word and making yourself all eloquent, you ain't living by it. That's what he said. They bind themselves with all these things. They take all these bindings, but they bind other people's with it. Because they won't bind themselves. But never once did they take a finger to lift up the burden of the people. Those are people that want to keep other people under them. Submit to me because of who I am. That's what they were doing. While Jesus came and said, I'm going to show you how you can take these burdens off through my Father. And I'm going to show you all the way to the end until I go to the cross and I'm bloody and I'm beaten and I can't do no more. But I'm going to do all this for you because I'm going to humble myself. But when I do it, you don't have to do it. I'm going to do it for you. The Pharisees wouldn't even lift a finger to take the burden off the people. And Jesus took the greatest burden off for us, which was sin. He showed us how we can beat sin. He showed us how we can conquer sin. That was the greatest thing he ever did for us. He died on that cross to come back in 3 days to show us death doesn't have no strength over you. Because my Father is the one that can put death in check. And when you go to him and you pray to him and you submit yourself to him, you have all power in heaven and on earth. That's what he told them. You listen to the scribes, but you don't go by what they're saying. You might hear what they're saying and you learn from them, but don't do what they do, because they ain't living the word. They might be preaching the word, they might be talking the word, they might be saying the word, but they ain't living the word. Amen. 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 I pray this word touch your hearts. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Vega, for that wonderful foundation class lesson. Where the people at? They're on their way. All righty then. All righty then. Did we have the Dominionaires or Warriors with the review on this morning?
Yes. Yes,
Okay. Y'all bring it up. Come on up front. Don't have a seat. Our church, y'all, was blessed at Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Ate well.
Lot of
A
food
little
for
tired right now. Good morning.
Morning, good morning, good morning. Hallelujah. Our teaching was on prayer. And Big Brother Jesus was telling us how to pray. But first he told us how not to pray. And he told us not to pray like hypocrites. How did the hypocrites pray?
Hypocrites pray like because they are seen by other people.
Yeah. Seen, and not only seen, but also what?
Heard.
Yeah, heard by other people. That's what the hypocrites do. You want people to hear them. But how does Jesus want us to pray?
He wants us to pray in closed places and only to Him.
Yes, only to Him. Tell me the truth. How often does that happen?
Not often.
Not often. A lot of us are guilty of that. But why is that important that we go into a secret place, close the door, and talk only to God?
So He can really hear your prayer and it's a real reward, not just.
Yes! Yes! He wants us to reward us, not to show off. We're not movie stars like
Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez. She's paid to play. Now, he he gave us a prayer, which we wrongly call it what?
The Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, whose prayer is it?
Ours.
Our prayer. Because what's the first word?
Our
Our. And what's the next word?
Father.
Yeah, but what does it really mean?
Our Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy. Yeah, it's so funny, right? It's so funny. That's because it's so religious. Now tell me the truth. How often do you go to your dad and say father?
Never.
Yeah, never. Boy, that might be trouble. But guess what? He wants us to be intimate, right? Tell us religious like adults. Stop being religious. Tell us, tell us. Tell us. Tell us all. Say stop being religious.
Stop being religious adults.
Call him Dad.
Call him Daddy.
Now, just say the whole prayer and then we end.
Our,
1, 2, 3, go ahead.
our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Amen. That kind of coincides with our lesson about, I think that's it for the reviews this morning, about being upfront, being selfish in our giving and giving up from it. I did have a question. It's not to anyone specific. In our giving, you go to some places and they say this line is for this amount, this line is for this amount.
Yeah.
Or at the end of one offering, they say, well, we didn't get enough, we need some more. Okay. Now, when we participate in those lines, aren't we showing our giving? I said this line for the 20, this line for 10, this line for 5. We get up and go to the line. Is that sincere giving?
That's man-made giving.
Right. So what do we need to participate in that?
No,
That's
we
my
should.
question.
It's up to your
Sometimes
heart.
you feel like
Yes, it is your heart.
it's not sincere because you feel. I know I'm speaking for me. You feel like you might be not convicted. I don't know the word, like trying to do something and you don't really want to do it.
Trying to measure up.
I don't know about if it was measured up. It's just the thing is we just shouldn't do it, and we shouldn't feel bad about not doing it. That's what I'm trying to get to. So if they do that, and if you don't participate in that, you shouldn't feel bad because I think it kind of makes you try to feel a little bad about doing it. So you see that quite a little bit more often nowadays. And another thing, I want to ask this question right here too. When they say we're going to take up an offering, like the pastor spoke a good word, we're going to take up an offering for the pastor, a love offering. Is that it should already be done. So in participating in that, you don't want the pastor to feel like, she didn't give a good word, or she, whomever it may be. So that's also not sincere giving. Why?
9 times out of 10, when they ask you to give for a love offering, it's because the pastor brought majority of her members. Right. And really her members are going to be sowing into it. But to me, like Miss Wood said, they should already have the check cut. Or the money in them to pay the pastor.
But who's had his hand up first? I get you.
Well, actually, if you're in tune with the Spirit of God, relationship with the Lord is always going to put in your heart what He wants you individually to do. So, I mean, you don't have to have nobody to tell you how much to put in, because the Lord and His Spirit, through His Spirit,
called
will
fleecing
tell
the
you
flock.
what to do, because He knows what's in your pocket, and He will get it right.
Now, my other, while he's bringing you the microphone, my other question is, can't we just stand up and tell them, you ain't supposed to be doing that? I be like, they say, you ain't supposed to be, that's stop.
When you go to somebody else's house, you got to be respectful of that house, no matter what. No matter what, you have to be respectful. You might not agree with everything they do, but you have to still be respectful. That goes back of the whole 10, 5, 100, whatever, what the Lord was teaching today about the Pharisees when they gave out of their surplus, out of the most. You see that? Okay. If you don't know when you go into another house of God, what they're going to do. So you prepare yourself. Because we know we have been in enough churches to know what's up. Me and my wife always have a habit of this side, this money's for this, and this money is because of what's going to happen. Okay? But
Show me in the scriptures where that.
But you need to, like the brother said, go by the Spirit, but make sure that you don't get caught up. Have already an amount in your hand that you don't get caught up, because there's a lot of people that know how to, take money.